Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell.
And I'm Adriana Cotero. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
A structure fire right here in Susupe closes down one local business.
Also tonight, salary cuts on PSS educators may just be the next austerity measure to take.
And the Hotel Association of the Northern Mariana Islands says occupancy rates are down.
In sports, Saipan's top two junior tennis players advance in the ITF NMI Junior Championships.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Get more, do more with Docomo Pacific. Enjoy endless local calls and SMS with 30 gigabytes of data for only $59 a month. Sign up today and get a Samsung J6 smartphone free. Connect with the familia, share your moments with your primos, and celebrate the Marianas way every day. The possibilities are endless. On the fastest network that gives you more. Now available at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Some conditions apply.
Maybe we could live in a house like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Hafa-day Tirwami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2019.
A structure fire started at a massage parlor on Beach Road earlier today. The cause is still undetermined, and KSPN was at the scene. It's the Lohas Massage Parlor located on Beach Road across from Kanoa Resort that went up in flames this morning. The Department of Fire and Emergency Medical Services Public Information Officer Derek Gersandi says the fire was reported at 11:50 a.m. and at 11:53 a.m. DFIMS was at the scene. The massage establishment was fully engulfed in flames and everything was damaged by heat and smoke, but no units around or connected to the massage business were harmed. A lawyer whose office is 2 doors down from the fire says he was meeting with a client when the fire broke out.
I was at my desk in my office working. I had a client in front of me, and my secretary came in to tell me there was a fire. And, I was shocked. And so I went to the front, poked my head out the door, and sure enough, I saw smoke and flames shooting out. And there was a fire. So it was shocking, and so we evacuated, and just hoping for the best, that no one got hurt, that everything's okay.
Engine 2 from Garapan, Forestry 5, and Rescue 1 from Susupe responded to the scene where the fire was reported under control at 12:26 p.m. No one was harmed. Reporting for KSPN2, I'm Ashley McDowell.
In speaking with the CNMI public school system on their financial concerns, they tell KSPN the austerity measures have been implemented in the current fiscal year since the end of January, and now the next step may be salary cuts amongst their employees.
For fiscal year 2020, our budget submission, the bare minimum was at 51, but given the current state of our facilities and what happened to the school because of the typhoon, we had $15 million in CIP, so it was a total of around 66.
And according to the CNMI public school system, this amount of $66 million for fiscal year 2020 is for CIP project renovations and also
our payroll with our compensation plan. The personnel cost alone is roughly at 40. and that gives us very little for operation.
According to the CNMI public school system, these cuts and freezes began at the end of January 2019. With the grade increase, I actually heard this, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but that if a teacher received their PhD, like has a doctorate, correct, and they're teaching at a second grade level, is their salary originally like almost near $90,000 per year?
With the current compensation plan, I can be corrected on this, but I think depending on the years of experience, they may be approaching that.
And it's depending on when they receive their higher degree level, if they are still receiving this amount, says Director of Finance for PSS.
If they had it before the freeze was implemented, then they would be receiving it. But if they get the PhD after the freeze, we cannot afford right now to pay them at that level. It really ranges. It starts, so our educators are not just those people with PhDs. We also have like instructors, CCLHS instructors. We have teacher aides. These are also 190 days. So they really range between 23,000 all the way up to like 80 plus.
And if the fiscal year 2020 budget remains at $36 million, then salary cuts will come into effect. Reporting for KSPN2 News, I'm Adriana Cotero.
The Hotel Association of the Northern Mariana Islands has reported it is at an 80% occupancy rate for the month of April 2019. That's 17% fewer rooms sold than April of last year. KSPN sits down with Handme Chairwoman Gloria Kavanaugh for the details.
We look at the Handme hotels, okay, and last year there was a total of 12 reporting, and now there's 11 that are reporting.
Which include Aqua Resort Club, Aquarius Beach Tower, Century Hotel, Grand Rio Resort, Fiesta Resort and Spa, Hyatt Regency, Kanoa Resort, Kensington Hotel, Lau Lau Bay Golf and Resort, Saipan World Resort, and Pacific Islands Club. A report from Handme for April of this year says fewer rooms are being sold, and there are factors that play into the reason why.
The markets are soft, and we were seeing a decline in the Korean market over last year and for 16 months. Now I think it's about 18 months. But after the storm, it's going to take a while to even come back to that. March was pretty soft for the Korean market. April was pretty soft for the Chinese market. And I think that both markets are looking at having a pretty soft summer. Okay, so we're really kind of waiting for Skymark to come in and hopefully fill in those gaps.
The Handme occupancy rate is 5% lower when compared to April of 2018. The main reason for this is due to hotel closures. Handme Chairwoman Gloria Kavanaugh says the decline is largely because of the closure of Mariana's Beach Resort and Spa and the continued closure of Coral Ocean Golf Resort that resulted from Super Typhoon U2.
It takes a while when you went through such a storm. You know, I mean, it's the second largest recorded storm in the United States soil. And Korea market, I mean, they saw the devastation. PIC was top, I think, for searches for about a week and a half in Korea, just from the devastation that we had here. I think that video that was on Facebook for Coral Ocean Golf Resort is still on there. And so that's what people remember, and they associate the destination with.
Kavanaugh says MVA and Handme were big supporters of the Marianas Festival, which was one step closer to getting our tourists to see why our destination is where they should pick for their next vacation.
Marianas Festival, which was to bring in entertainment from all three markets, that's Japan, Korea, and China, and try to bring in the news people also, the media, to show that, hey, we're recovered. You know, and it's time for you to come back.
Kavanaugh says average room rates for the month of April were at $135, which were a bit lower from April 2018 that were priced at about $139. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell.
This morning at 6:51 a.m., the CNMI Emergency Operations Center reported a 4.6 magnitude earthquake occurring 51 kilometers northeast of the northern island of Agrihan. According to EOC, there are no reports of injuries or damages to infrastructure and no tsunami warnings or advisories issued by the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center.
And you may have been smelling some unpleasant sewage odor in different areas of Saipan lately. The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation says that odor is expected to continue throughout the months of May and June. In the areas of Sodogtasi, Puerto Rico, Lower Base, Lower Navy Hill, Garapan, San Antonio, and Culberville, a sewer odor is continuing due to a temporary clarifier at the Sodogtasi and Agingen wastewater treatment plants, according to CUC. A release states that additional sludge on the bottom of the basin of the temporary clarifier is needed to properly treat the waste. This could take a month or two. CUC states that they are working to lessen the odor around the treatment plants. For more information, contact CUC Customer Call Center at 664-4282 and monitor CUC's Facebook page.
Coming up, athletes are outside, but they are not playing sports this time.
We have the details next. Stay tuned.
Get the phone plan you're looking for at IT&E. Stay connected with the strongest, widest, and most reliable network in the Marianas. Stream, share, play, shop, and surf the web with super fast 4G LTE data. Whether you need just a few gigabytes of data to get by, or if you want to go further with unlimited data, there's a plan for you. You'll always get the best price. Visit any IT&E store or call us to learn more. IT&E. Explore your world.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Local athletes traded in some practice time on their athletic skills to practice some planting skills.
That's right, Adriana. The results we will see in years to come. Our Chris Nelson reports.
The Pacific Games are less than 2 months away. Saturday, local athletes helped plant trees in the Garapan area as part of a Pacific Games initiative.
Part of our support to the games and, of course, sustaining forestry in the CNMI. Partnership with MENA.
Roberta Guerrero of MENA and Paul Plunkett helped put the athletes into planting mode.
Thank you so much for making this all happen. It was this great idea, and Paul calls there. I'm like, yeah, we do have a tree planting campaign. So this kind of morphed into our kickoff. So thank you.
We're part of a much bigger effort that goes throughout the Pacific. And it's very much appreciated by the Pacific Game folks who said the mission is to replace the resources used during the games and the emissions used during the travel for the games.
Forestry supplied the plants and the tree plan.
When you do this, you just take your palm and you place your palm where the root system is, right? And you flip it upside down. I didn't break the root system. So when you do that, put it. Breaking it. The root is still intact. You see the roots are still intact. When you place it, you gotta make sure that the tree is straight, because if it's slanting this way and if it pretty much grows up, the tree is gonna shoot that way.
Men's paddling coach Dino Manning said they came straight from the water.
The guys are working hard. We just actually finished practice. We came here straight from practice.
The outrigger team plans on taking 12 paddlers. Stephen Goodwin is one of them.
We did 10.6 miles today, about 2 hours of paddling. It's intense.
So what are you looking forward to with the games coming up?
I look forward to the experience and the meeting of other athletes from around the world.
6 swimmers are headed to Samoa. What event are you going to be doing?
I think 50 back, 50 fly, and 100 back.
Okay, are you excited? This is your first Pacific Games?
Yes.
The Pacific Games will start on July the 7th and run through July the 20th. 3,500 athletes are expected to participate, part of 24 nations. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
On Guam, a second suspect is arrested for an ongoing investigation.
And the island officially submits their forms for June 2020's FESPAC. KUAM reports.
Half a day CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. More information on the arrest of Ronnie Vincent Crisostomo Jr. He is the second suspect picked up for a home invasion that occurred last week in Ordot, in which a 68-year-old woman was forced to watch as Crisostomo and Francis Jerome Taisakan ransacked her home and stole several items. According to the magistrate's complaint, Crisostomo admitted that he and Taisakan hit the place. The two approached the home and asked if an individual by the name of Josh lived there and then left. They eventually returned. Taisakan had a gun while Crisostomo was carrying a baseball bat. He was charged with home invasion, burglary, robbery, theft, and a special allegation of vulnerable victim. Crisostomo also faces charges in a separate case in which he's accused of breaking into a room at a two-man hotel back in February. He also has previous convictions for criminal trespass and burglary. A pedophile fugitive wanted in the state of Minnesota was picked up in the Philippines and was transported to Guam, where he is scheduled to appear in the district court for a hearing this week. It was in November of last year that a federal court in Minnesota filed an indictment against Gary James Dokalil, charging him with multiple counts of distribution of child pornography. In March of this year, a warrant was issued for his arrest. According to the indictment, he is described as a collector and distributor of child pornography. He allegedly had been collecting and distributing child porn videos for 11 years, beginning in 2008. Court documents state he would travel back and forth to the Philippines, purchasing child porn DVDs depicting children as young as 3 years old. He also is accused of downloading and sharing similar videos over the internet. Philippine media report that Dokalil was picked up in February by the Bureau of Immigration's Fugitive Search Unit and was recently deported to Guam on May 18th. He is scheduled to appear in federal court on Friday to begin the process of extraditing him back to Minnesota to answer to the charges. Guam's official forms of participation have been submitted for the upcoming Festival of Pacific Arts set for June 2020 in Hawaii, known as the Olympics of Pacific Island Culture. FESPAC is a traveling festival hosted every 4 years by different Pacific Island nations. Guam was, of course, the site of the last festival, held here in 2016. Our island will join more than 24 neighboring Pacific nations attending the event. Head of the Guam Festival delegation, Anne Marie Arceo of the Department of Chamorro Affairs, and Senator Kelly Marsh Taitano, head of the organizational efforts, submitted Guam's official participation forms. A statement from Marsh Taitano reads, "As a government, we must do our part to ensure that the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts in Hawaii is successful, to ensure that Guam is represented with the dignity that Chamorro culture deserves, to continue supporting that which strengthens the Guam brand and our local entrepreneurs, and to ensure that our community and especially the Chamorro people of Guam are afforded the ability to continue to showcase, maintain, and revitalize their culture." In the next few weeks, there will be a call out for resident artisans who are interested in chairing one of 4 subcommittees for Guam's delegation. Stay informed 24/7 by checking out KUAM.com or downloading the KUAM News app, available for iOS or Android. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thank you, Nestor. All right, coming up, we're going to crank it up a notch in the sports report. Frank Camacho talks to KSPN2, and we're going to talk to you about that right after this break.
Get a load of this. Here's your chance to win cold hard cash with Docomo Pacific's prepaid giveaway. For a limited time only, get a chance to win cash and cool Docomo Pacific gear every time you load $5 worth of Docomo Pacific prepaid. Every Friday, we'll reward 5 winners with $50 and 1 grand prize of $250 to one lucky person. Every $5 worth of prepaid load gets you an automatic entry. Load more and get more chances to win with Docomo Pacific's prepaid giveaway. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
Welcome to Marianas Medical Center. We've been taking care of you and your family since 1998. We offer preventive health care services, acute and chronic care for both adults and children.
微产期以及妇科的检查.
신생아 선별 검사 및 영유아 건강 검진.
Meron po kaming food handlers, green cards, school at sports clearances.
Greenig Marianas Medical Center ma-offer todo klaseng serbisyo para hinamli familya mismo siya.
We accept Medicaid, Medicare, and most private insurance plans, and we also accept individuals without any medical insurance. We're conveniently located in the JKR building on Beach Road, Garapan. Marianas Medical Center, quality health care for your entire family.
Do you have a team or company? Bring them to the Adventure Specialist, Saipan's homegrown Marianas Trekking. Our guided adventures will challenge and excite you, and our award-winning photographers will capture it in a unique and unforgettable way. Check out our off-roading, go-karting, mountain biking, hiking, and snorkeling. And we have top-notch rental gear too. So bring your team, bring your family, or bring your best friend. Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the top 2 NMI boys won their matches yesterday to advance to the 3rd round tomorrow of the ITF NMI Junior Championships. Yesterday afternoon, 7th seeded Robbie Shore serving to Hayato Kurihara from Japan. The volley ends with Robbie's drop shot that drops dead on the PIC court. Shore serves to Kurihara's backhand and keeps him pinned on that back line, trading volleys until the visitor makes an unforced error, and Robbie won the first set 6-1. Oh, it goes into that. Shore, who gained valuable experience playing in overseas tournaments, well, he played with a more steady hand yesterday. Oh. Shore took the second set 6-2 for the sweep. Tomorrow, the Saipan team will be taking on Doug Hwan Kim of Korea with a spot in the quarterfinals on the line. 13th seeded Sean Lee defeated Louis Zhang from Australia 6-2, 6-love, and will face the number 1 seed who's from Korea tomorrow. 10 days and counting until Frank the Crank Camacho returns to the octagon for UFC 153 in Stockholm, Sweden. He has spent the last 8 weeks training for this. A rejuvenated Frank the Crank Camacho is in Irvine, California, training for his next UFC bout with newfound inspiration and dedication thanks to a new trainer, Colin Oyama.
And I'm just so excited, like just working with the team here and the stuff that we're working on. I'm like, man, I just can't wait to fight and show them, you know, like I've had these skills. They're just kind of been. It's kind of like the concept of like I'm always. I mean, I hate to bring it up like this, right? But I always bring a knife. I'm always bringing a knife to the gunfight.
Right. Yeah, and we talked about this before. In the first round, you're always trying to knock the other. You're a striker. I'm a striker. I'm going to knock that guy out, and then it doesn't work. And then you've got, well, you could get him armbar, rear naked chokehold. You got so many submission techniques that you are so skilled at, and we never see that in the second round. We've discussed that before.
Yeah, we've discussed it before. You know, so now it's like. It's so crazy how much of an infant I still am in the game. And I've been doing it for so long, you know, and there's different levels to it. So I'm just very excited how I'm growing out here, and I just got to be, you know, the whole, for me, I like to approach fight camp and fights like with a theme, right? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but this one is discipline. And, you know, the discipline of preparation, but also to the discipline of just sticking to the game plan and listening to what the coaches have me to do, and the discipline of not having the freaky Chamorro come out, you know, like the island fighter come out. So I that's the theme of this fight, man. Is the discipline, and my head's in the right place.
But he knows the MMA game, and truly, anyone can win at any time. Frank saw Kelvin Fidel dominate Ben Sassoli early, only to get knocked out later in the first round.
I did see it. You know, I was actually the referee for his for their bout when they fought on Guam, and perfectly executed game plan on Kelvin's part on Guam, and then the guy just made his adjustments, and Kelvin fought the same way, and you know, it's, man, but you know, that's the fight game. You know, anything can happen. You know, you can prepare all you want, you can do everything that you need to, but man, at the end of the day, when it's game time, anything can happen, you know, and especially with those little gloves.
Camacho will have to watch out for those little gloves on the hands of Nick Hein from Germany. He's a human mini tank with a 14-4 record. Odds makers opened with Camacho as a slight betting favorite at -115.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym.
All right, today's high 90 and the heat index 107, and yes, that's the highest we've had in 2019. The low, not low, 80. Humidity, 75%. Tomorrow, partly sunny, isolated showers, winds light and variable, high 89, low 79, seas 4 to 6 feet, sunrise 5:46, sunset at 6:40.
Bob.
Yeah,
so how about
always.
that? The fight coming up
Yeah,
in
very
Sweden?
exciting.
Yeah.
It is extremely exciting. You know, he's the son of the Marianas. We're all going to be rooting for him.
Absolutely.
And he gets to go to Sweden to fight, which is pretty awesome. Not to mention he's been training in California these past few weeks. And just in speaking with Bob, as he spoke with Frank directly, he mentioned that he has a whole new tactic that he's going to try and implement. So we'll be really excited to see that.
Absolutely.
And of course, we'll be cheering him on from right
Yes,
here.
yes, we will. Best of luck. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.
Have a great night.